Hey, good morning. Welcome to Morning Pause. This is Doug Meyer, Associate Pastor here at Treach, and we're really glad that you are checking us out. So I'm wondering this morning, how are you doing? How are you doing with spring coming and everything points to the fact that we're kind of beginning to sneak out of the COVID cave? How are you feeling? How are your emotions doing? You know, a lot of you connected with me some months ago when I talked about my funk. My predictable seasonal winter funk that was exaggerated and exacerbated, I think, this year by COVID and about some grief and loss in my life. Ever since then, I've been thinking about what we might do about that. And when I say we, me, but maybe you'd like to tag along. I've given some real thought to regulating that and being attentive to that and not just naming it. Of course, naming it's the first step, but I want to introduce a thought to us this morning, and I want to challenge you to contemplate whether this is going on in your life or not, especially those of you who identified with being in a funk. Are you a happiness chaser? You know exactly what I mean, don't you? A person like me who thinks, if I only, then I will be happy, right? I think a lot of us grew up thinking that, you know, when we asked what we want to be in life, well, we wanted to be rich, successful, and happy. We wanted to be successful and happy. We wanted to be popular and happy, famous and happy. It's interesting. I did a little Google search, just a little checking out to see, wonder how many other people feel like this. And not that this is a definitive forever measure, but I typed in the how to be happy in the Google search bar. 944 million of us have researched that. So what's that tell you? It tells me that there's a lot of us who are discontent with our lives, who are living in a funk, who are wondering, gosh, what's next in finding meaning and purpose in life? And this illusion that we grew up thinking called happiness, is it achievable? Is it not? I don't really remember the story. I just remember this visual of a merry-go-round where people are trying to grab the brass ring. And I feel like that's a great metaphor for chasing happiness. Many of us, were conditioned to do that. That's what we thought would happen when we pursued a career or a vocation, went off to college, went off to trade school, got married, had a family, had kids. Here's what I discovered. That every time I grabbed that golden ring, that brass ring that I thought would be the definitive happiness moment, that almost the moment I touched it, it started to dissolve or fade away into my hands. Have you had that experience? Have you had that illusion, if you would? That, man, if I just, when I graduate from college, I'm going to be super happy because I'm going to know exactly what I'm doing with my life. That's crazy. When I fall in love with him or her, man, I am going to, that's going to be it, right? When I buy my first house, when I buy a brand new car, I've never had a brand new car. When I have kids, then I. Man, that's a dangerous cycle we've all gotten into, isn't it? When I, then I. I want to invite you and me this morning to begin contemplating, sneaking up the idea of stopping the crazy making cycle. Because that's exactly what it is. We pursue it, we grab it, we hold it, it dissolves, and then we name a new thing to pursue, to grab, to get, it dissolves. Pursue, grab, get. And I think on the backside of that, those are all funk contributors, because there's a big wave, I know for me, of disappointment. And I go through that for a while, and then I think, oh, I know what it'll be. I'll get ready for this, and that will help generate happiness. Guys, that is all a crazy illusion, I have come to believe. That happiness is, in reality, momentary. And it's great. Happiness is fun. But what we're really looking for are just moments of contentment and joy and peace, meaning and connection. And How do we get those? We substitute this notion of grabbing happiness for meaning, and they're totally different, aren't they? I want you to do me a favor today and sit down and make a list of all the things or all the people or relationships that you thought would make you happy and they didn't. And we're going to use that as a springboard because we're going to come back, and I sure hope you will do this with me. Come back next week, and we're going to talk about the so what. So I had the courage, and I named myself as a happiness chaser, and I accepted some of what Doug was saying about, happiness as a substitute for deeper meaning of contentment and joy and connection. But how do I get out of the crazy cycle? I have bought into the crazy cycle. Now, how do I disown that, or how do I do that? How do I let go of my worth being connected to other people's approval? Whew, man, that's a big one, isn't it? So let's start by naming it, kind of like we do in 12 steps. Let's name our struggle. Yeah, I'm a happiness chaser. My name is Doug. And it's let me down every time. Whether it was seeking your approval or thinking that brand new blank will be the pot of gold at the bottom of the rainbow. So let's name that and begin thinking about the deeper meanings of contentment and joy and meaning, purpose, connection. I hope you'll come back next week as we talk about this a little bit more. Thanks for tuning in this morning or whenever it is you check out Morning Pause. Know that we are always excited when we get a comment from you or you share this on your Facebook or other social media post. And we're always open to whatever input you might have. Who knows, it might turn into a Morning Pause one day. Join me now for a moment, just to kind of center yourselves. Maybe your confession this morning is, yeah, I'm a morning guy. That's not my confession. That I'm a happiness chaser, and I need God's help to let go of that. So let's have a moment. Let's have a prayer. God, I confess that much of my life I have spent chasing something or someone that I thought would make me happy. Help me today to break that craziness, that addiction of seeking approval and happiness from other people and other things, and to begin the journey to find it in more meaningful and focused ways. Help me keep my eyes open today for the lessons that are coming. Thanks, God. Amen. Hope you have a great day, everybody. Take care.